I never thought life would take such a strange, beautiful, and heartbreaking turn. My name is Nathan, and when I turned 18, my father married Victoria, a woman 30 years older than me, with elegance in every step and a mysterious sadness behind her blue eyes. Victoria wasn't like any other woman I knew. She carried herself with grace, always calm, always polite. But beneath her smile was something I couldn't quite understand. My father, Brian, was a busy man, cold, distant, and more in love with his business than his family. I noticed how lonely Victoria looked at times, staring into space at dinner or reading by herself for hours in the drawing room. At first, I kept my distance, but over time, I started seeing her not as my stepmother, but as Victoria, a woman. It began one rainy evening. I was 18 then, sitting in the living room, shivering from the cold because the power had gone out. She came in holding a blanket. "You'll catch a cold," she said softly. I laughed nervously. "Thanks. You always look after everyone, don't you?" She smiled, but her eyes lingered. There was something more in her gaze that night. She sat beside me on the couch, wrapping half the blanket around herself. We were so close, her perfume, the warmth of her body, my heart was racing. "Do you ever feel invisible in your own home?" she asked, looking away. "Yes," I replied truthfully. "All the time." That night, something changed. Something unspoken passed between us. Weeks went by, and the connection between us deepened. We'd have long conversations, late-night teas, walks in the garden, and glances that held too much emotion for words. Then it happened on the night of my 19th birthday. Dad was out of town, as usual. Victoria had baked a cake. It was just the two of us. "You've grown into such a kind young man," she whispered as she hugged me. I looked at her, beautiful, wise, and warm. "I'm not a boy anymore, Victoria." She froze. Our eyes met. That night, we shared our first kiss. It wasn't wild. It was slow, careful, and trembling with guilt and longing. We didn't speak afterward. The silence screamed louder than words. But that was just the beginning. For the next 2 years, we lived in a world of hidden affection. Mornings were ordinary, but nights were magical. When Dad slept upstairs, she'd come to my room and lay beside me. We didn't talk, we just held each other, like two broken pieces finally fitting together. We never crossed certain lines, not at first. It was more emotional than physical. But the kisses grew deeper, the touches more lingering. The space between us melted away. Sometimes she'd whisper, "What we're doing is wrong." But neither of us could stop. Our love didn't feel wrong. It felt like survival. The real twist came on a summer evening. My father had just returned from a business trip. We were having dinner, and he dropped a bombshell. "I'm leaving for Singapore next month." Indefinitely. Victoria's hand trembled slightly, but she nodded. "You're always chasing something, Brian." That night, she came to my room, not with a kiss, but with tears. "I'm tired of hiding," she whispered. "I'm tired of pretending. He's leaving. I want to be with you. For real." I pulled her into my arms. "Then let's run away. Let's live our truth." She smiled through her tears. For the first time in years, I saw her truly happy. But the suspense was yet to come. The next morning, we woke up to something unexpected. My father's car was still in the driveway. He hadn't left for work. Panicked, we rushed downstairs, only to find him sitting at the kitchen table, a camera memory card in his hand. "I saw the footage," he said coldly. "The security camera in the hallway last night. I know everything." Victoria froze. "What are you going to do?" she whispered. He looked at me, then at her. "Nothing. You two can have each other." We were stunned. "But why?" I asked. He stood up. "Because I never loved her. I married her to keep up appearances. And now, I have a mistress in Singapore waiting for me. Consider it even." He walked away with a smirk, leaving us in silence. That day, something shifted. We no longer had to hide. We moved to a new city. Victoria left behind the name Collins. We started a new life, One where we were no longer mother and son by law, but soulmates by choice. People judged. People whispered. But we didn't care. Because real love doesn't follow rules. And after 2 years of silence, we finally had our voice.